Okay, am I the only one that has real issues with this show already? Like, I feel like I'm going mad. But here's my opinion on the poster and why this show worries me and it should worry you. I have not been talking about the new Sentai show that has just been announced, the posters have just come out, and it's coming soon, and maybe it's because I'm confused and a little bit scared of it. In past reveals we have looked at the first posters with intrigue and maybe some hesitation, but that comes with the territory of seeing the poster for a new show. This, however, I hate to say, it looks AI generated, random, and I don't quite understand what this show is all about. From the theme to the color arrangement and back to the theme again of animals, I'm just a little unsettled, I guess. Like, it looks stunning, but at the same time boring? I just don't understand. Let's go through what we all know together and hope we can find out some understanding. And don't hate me too much in the comments, please. I am opinionated, you will find this out. And you also clicked on my videos, so I will let you know what I think. Because this is why this show makes me worried. With what we have seen so far with the recent shows, it has been amazing. Even though there was a show about tire people, a show about bug knights, and a show about avatars in a weird world that I still think exists in a simulation with mythical beings controlling it. But considering we accepted and loved those shows, we should be willing to just hear this show out. But I'm already bored and confused. Don't get me wrong, it looks interesting and clean with the suits, but at the same time, it just gives me this lukewarm Sentai feel that I don't like. Maybe even reminding me of shows that isn't within the main three of Toku, making me think of shows like Mudan Senkyu Ryokendo, Tokusatsu Gagaga, and even Kaiju Sentai Ju Kaiser. That may get me some minus points in the community, but just look at the poster. The weird angle of Red's arm making it look kinda AI generated, the kinda basic suit look, and that may be rude of me to say, but just hear me out, Firstly, and I think the most important part of this whole video, is that it's animal themed with the rings, I think, including the following animals: red wolf, blue lion, black unicorn, green eagle, and yellow tyrannosaurus. What? Again, its main theme seems to be animals, a theme we have had many times before. And then rings and jewels too? Okay. But on top of that, back to the animals, we have intermixed within the group two creatures that don't exist anymore, or have even never existed within the walls of our reality physically before. A unicorn and a T-Rex. So the theme is now fantasy and / or extinction? The other three, the wolf, the lion, and the eagle, are an interesting combo though as well. But altogether, I just don't understand. Ultimately, maybe my issue here is with the color arrangement, as it feels like it's just all over the place. Starting off with the red wolf, this I can see. We have had blue wolves, purple wolves, so on and so forth. And a wolf to be a leader is not too bad. The wolf pack alpha makes sense. Then we move on to the lion, who in this is not a leader, though it should be like the leader of the Pride Lands or anything like that, but is next in charge maybe? Yeah. We have seen yellow lions before, and a lot of red lions, but in blue, I just again don't understand. What says blue about a lion in the grasslands and savannas? I'm just going to move on. Green eagle. Again, strange for this animal to be considered green, as well as the prideful and strong lion, but again, moving on. Now it's for the final two. Black unicorn and yellow T-Rex. What is going on? Unicorns are most of the time depicted as white, so this is an interesting selection of color for them. Does this possibly hint to a future arc of theirs? Or is it just random, as it is a fantasy creature amongst reality? In my opinion, a purple unicorn ranger would have been better, or a white unicorn ranger. But that's just my opinion. And then yellow T-Rex. We have never had a yellow T-Rex, let alone a yellow dinosaur ranger, other than in Abba Ranger. Even at that, it wasn't for a T-Rex. These two rangers are just wild. black unicorn and yellow T-Rex is the most confusing part of this whole thing for me. This combination almost feels random, like the Rangers just chose their favorite animal or creature and it pops into reality at their beck and call. And considering this team is supposedly a family of siblings, this feels like the other kids were just playing a game and they chose the characters they wanted to be, the lion, the eagle, and the wolf, and then the two younger siblings barge in and want to join in with their unicorn and dinosaur. There is no connection or reasonings to why the kids should have been able to join in the first place. Like, this gives me "you can't sit with us" vibes. Making this feel like it was all made up. Like, AI came up with it, maybe. I don't know, okay? It's interesting, let's just say that, to save face. Now, onto the gender roles, I guess, because that's like my next thing I'm thinking about the most here. Rumors said that there would be 2 females. I think it's the unicorn and Tyrannosaurus, or even the lion. I can't remember which it is, but it's one of those 2. Definitely the black unicorn though, because I see the female black in the poster with a skirt, which I think is great. It's good to have a female on the team at least. Again, another animal that is deemed more feminine? But I'll overlook it for now, as we then have a slightly confusing situation here. Strangely, and maybe fortunately, if it goes well for us, the other female is either without a skirt, like Izzy in Dino Fury, or unfortunately is not here. In the poster, there is no other female skirt or shape, really. It would be awesome if we had a female within a Toei production who diverts from Sentai traditions. However, I somehow doubt it now. It is also theorized that 2 characters will arrive later, and this is relevant, hear me out. If that's the case of only 1 female being in the team, and it is said that red, green, and blue are the first trio to arrive, then black and yellow, does that mean we might not even have a female in the first trio at all? If that's the case, I'm gonna have real issues with this show. I hope we do have another female, honestly, and I will be hopeful that this is just Toei hearing my rants about skirts, but this is kinda worrying. Anyway, let's look at the suits next, I guess, before I lose my mind. The color arrangement again is interesting, but seems kinda dark. We have the yellow that is the brightest in the group, and honestly, I am happy a yellow is back again. Truly, I have missed you, yellow. Welcome back! But everything else is so dark without that hint of pink or light purple. No pale shade to even out the color distribution. We have again red, but more crimson. We have green, black, and blue, very much on one end of this darker spectrum, but it makes the teams seem a little bland. However, our first black female is something to celebrate. So ignore all I said and just enjoy that fact. The color strip going down the side of the suit is nice, I guess. It makes it look very streamlined and clean. But back to the Black Ranger again. I'm sorry, I keep talking about the Black Ranger. Why is it that they are black on black? Okay, if you are to have so much black in a suit as the under secondary color, and then have a Ranger who is also black, and the only change is the materials, it kind of blends together. Why not have the main color be white or purple so the black undersuit looks uniform and streamlined? Why not just make them purple? I don't understand. Okay, I really need a I don't understand counter right now, because it's a lot of I don't understand, and I apologize for that. But let's have a look at the other things about the suits instead of the colors. How about that? Looks like black has a skirt or extra material on her waist to help, I guess, identify her as the female, or just to give the black background some flourish. Reminds me of the capes in King Ojo, which I guess is fine. I love the extra embellishment of the gold also. I'm glad that there is that extra color to unify, but also highlight parts of the suits even more. However, the gold doesn't really help when the chest plate is just a black circle in the middle. It's like Kamen Rider O's, but empty. My eyes go straight to that empty circle like a target to the heart. I hope later in the show something goes there, or a weapon utilizes that circle or something, because if not, there's no point to it. Why make it empty? I just don't understand. Okay, that was another one. I actually like the chest plates though, when I refer only to the shoulders and gold embellishments, but that basic circle I don't enjoy at all. And her circle is purple! I don't understand! Oh my god, this is really angering me, I'm sorry. The addition of the white gloves is a nice breath of fresh air, with claws on the nails, which I actually dig quite a bit. And the belt is fine, it's fine. Can't really see it in the pictures, but what can you do? Onto helmets and weapons. I think the helmets are a little simple, but it's also the bit I love the most. I think it's intricate enough not to be overwhelming and simple enough not to be boring, if you get me. I love the changes to the helmets, even enjoying the beak imagery on green and the ears and horns on red and black. Can't really see what's happening on blue and yellow, but we will work that out later on down the line. The gold goes well and connects the rest of the suit together. I mean, can't go wrong with a bit of gold, I have to admit. They just better not have a ranger that is gold with gold. Talking about gold, let's chat about the gold weapon. It kind of gives me the King Ohger caliber in a way. The changer and weapons are all rings though. Just turns into a full-on hand weapon, it seems, with a sword or saber poking out. What is going on? My issue with this. When I first saw this poster, of course I saw the hand gauntlet and thought it was more of a claw or a paw for the animal aesthetic, which I was obsessed with, to be honest. But then I noticed the blue blade that pokes out. Is it a claw with an added strike? A sword piece you hold onto like a bar, I guess? It looks so nice, I do want one, but how is this going to be incorporated? How is it going to actually work? Is it a blade? Or is it sword? I was expecting paws. I wanted to scratch things. But no, this is apparently a sword. But I guess overall, a lot of this is just waiting to see it live and see it actually in action. Final thing to talk about in this poster is the mecha looming above. The show is rumored to have not a combination mecha, but singular mechas for each Sentai member, which is cool. We only see the wolf mecha for Red here, so I can of course only imagine what other mechas we will get. Obviously a lion, eagle, unicorn and dinosaur, that kind of comes with a theme. But going back to the wolf, it has an awesome wolf head on top, of course, with whisker-like furs reminiscent of the logo down below, and then claws on the chest. And that's all we can really see, to be honest. Also, like a circular thing on his hand. I think that must be something to do with the circle in the chest plate. Firstly, the head has possibly the face of the mecha under the wolf's chin, so I think this could be hinting that the head may change depending on who is controlling it. But at the same time, I said that about Bundario and Boom Boonja, and that never changed, as well as the rumor of it being singular mechas, so maybe not. My next thing is the claws on the chest. They look like eagle claws, so maybe there is a combination, or the other claw is just round the side. But what I've learned is we shouldn't trust all rumors, so I'm saying it now, eagle claws. Or the claws are from the changes, of course. And that is the poster for most of it. Just a quick rundown now of other information about this show. It's of course animal or creature themed, and people are saying that the number 1 in the title is a pun for inochi, meaning life. Also, be prepared for more puns. Apparently there's loads of puns in this show, so keep that in mind. Anyway, back to inochi, meaning life, which in a way, if I think about it, is quite empowering. The world is alive, and how best to show life, but through what makes the world feel alive. It's wilderness and wildlife. It's fauna and flora. It's fairy tales and extinction and death. Maybe I'm being too harsh on this show, and maybe there is a reason to why they are involved in the show, I don't know. Maybe life is always remembering the past and writing the future in dreams and fantasy, I don't know. But who am I kidding? This is still freaking wild and weird. And finally, the team is apparently family, or siblings like Go-Go 5, Magi Ranger, and Nin Ninja, with their parents being like mentors or people on top who look after them. But what is it with family Sentai shows having so many siblings? Sentai, you know family can include cousins too, right? What about stepbrothers or even half-sisters? These families are way too big for my liking. Says me with one sister and a half-sister, also having like 2 stepsisters and from a past marriage. But it's also the family dynamic in Sentais that I am uncomfortable with. I don't know what it is. I enjoyed Magi Ranger surprisingly more in Power Rangers, in Mystic Force, and got annoyed with the family story and dynamic in the OG show, but maybe because I have issues, I don't know. But let's leave it there. It's clear to me I am very unsure about this new show. I can't shake this uneasy feeling from it. You know what? Prove me wrong. I want to be proven wrong. I want to not have any worries about this show, so prove me wrong down below or in the future. Toei, prove me wrong. I want to enjoy Sentai, and considering that this is the new show, I just hope it's good. We all hated the tires, let's be honest. But once we saw them in action, we all changed our tune pretty quickly. I just need to see what you guys think and also see them in action before I make my proper decision on it. But it still makes me worried. I have this uneasy feeling. Sentai, just don't let me down. Okay. I've talked about it now, I can stop worrying about this flippin' poster and new show. Let's go back to Boom Boonja, hey? Tire Shashiro, wait for me!